Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm an engineering intern here at ACE, and today I'm just going to give you a rundown over my experience during this internship. The very first stuff I started working on was training manuals, namely GeoSCADA and Control Expert, I believe were the two I started with, which was exciting. I hadn't been exposed to these softwares at university, and ACE has a lot to do with these programs, so it was cool to see what's actually used in industry. This training would contribute more than I anticipated originally, because 2 weeks later I ended up on a first project, which was using GeoSCADA to make a user interface for a battery energy storage system lab site. This was pretty daunting at the time, I'll be honest. I got told, you've done the training for GeoSCADA, so we think it's a good opportunity for you. And the amount I learned out of that experience, as much as I felt thrown in the deep end at the time, by the end of it, I'd learned so much, not just from an engineering side, not from a technical development side, but about the overall engineering process and how you communicate with clients and the information you require from clients to produce a solution that they want, that satisfies their requirements. And that's something that I feel you only learn when working in industry. It's very hard for a lecturer to tell you at university how do you respond to someone, how do you get the information you want. You actually have to be there and learn it and experience it to build those interpersonal skills. I became a bit more involved with project work, which was a very exciting prospect. And I think where I learnt a lot of skills, when you're doing training manuals, and similar with uni studies, you sometimes learn it and sometimes it goes in 1 year, out the next. Actually contributing to a project that has some meaning and is going to go somewhere really cements ideas you learn, and I think is one of the best ways for learning, especially if it's something you're not too familiar with. Once you've solved the solution for it, it's very difficult to forget if you've been doing it towards a project rather than skimming through a manual. So on top of this project work over that break, there was still some training manuals, but the training wasn't necessarily, it was never useless. You don't train on something unless you're prepared to use it. And lots of the training actually involved some research and development work, looking into new technologies that are emerging in the control systems field, or new softwares that are slightly different to what we use and the benefits of those. And it's a very exciting prospect to see how the field's evolving and just how many options are out in the market. And as an engineer, I think it also shows the requirement to keep up to date on these technologies. Another thing that you don't get out of sitting in a classroom and learning is actually being exposed to how quickly the field's evolving and working with these evolving technologies. But one of the really amazing things I got out of the ACE internship is I've continued to work as an intern part-time concurrently with my university studies. So that's 1 or 2 days a week whilst still at uni, which I know lots of places don't offer that. It's very exciting to be able to continue to work and continue to evolve my skills and continue to contribute to projects alongside completing my final year of studies. And it keeps your mind on the end goal as well. You see where you want to end up. Summing up my favourite parts that I've got out of this internship is overarchingly working on projects that have real end user goals and real clients. It's hard to describe the drive and passion it gives you to actually know you're contributing to a real world solution. You're not developing something that at the end of it is going to get thrown in the bin or similar. Your work is contributing to something that's going to solve a real world problem, and it makes you really enthusiastic about what you're doing, and it makes you learn better. You remember things, you get excited about things, and I think that brings on to a smaller part of that favourite part, is the skills I've picked up during the internship. And it's the little skills you don't even realise you're picking up that are the important ones. Yes, you're training on these technology or softwares and technologies, and you're learning a lot of information, but it's the small technologies that you can't pick up at university, such as document management and backups. And as odd as it might sound, it's cool to see an office perspective of how the office runs and document control. And it's something that's very important in any engineering field that I don't believe you can learn from university studies. Initially, when I first started engineering, control systems is what I envisioned, mechatronic engineering and computer science, which is what I'm studying. This is where I saw it leading, and this internship has shown me that it is where it leads, and it's very exciting, and the field I certainly want to work in. And the skills and aspects and the amazing work environment, everyone's very supportive, everyone wants you to succeed, and just having that knowledge, and everyone wants to help as well, having that knowledge and support behind you really allows you to thrive and excel, especially as a very new engineer in the company. And I think all these little things contribute to a really amazing internship and experience that I've had. So overall, thank you to the experiences, lessons, and very, very enjoyable time I've had at ACE.